sweetie and swoons. Welcome everybody out there to Life with Cousin Patches Land. Okay. It's something going on with my computer. Anyhow, I know y'all wondering whose baby I have here. Well, this is me and King Kong's baby. Y'all didn't know I had a baby on the way, did y'all? Nope, y'all didn't. Well, I figure I'll share with y'all the first look of my newborn baby. Little baby King Kong. Little baby King. Nah, I don't have no baby, but when I found this, I had this actually for some years, and the kids has been slightly teasing D. Well, King Kong is saying that this was his unborn son. And I thought it was so hilarious because it slightly looks like him, you know? But anywho, today on the show, we're going to talk about relationships, titles, and sometimes why men mess up a good thing. But before we get to all them hard topics, honey, we got to say something about this crazy Rick James hair that's on top of my head. 3 bags of hair on top of my head that I'm supposed to be wearing in Miami. It's hot. It's making my neck hurt. I've got my electricity on. And I'm having involuntary movements. You see that? Yeah, involuntary movements. So I've been I think I'm taking it down. So tell me, please send in y'all opinions if I think I should take this mess out of my hair. Because it looks so Rick James, you know? It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So, but anyhow, y'all all remember my niece Shaniqua. She is still here. You guys.
I left and came back. What do you mean?
Just because you go get more clothes.
I did not go get more clothes. I left and came back. At least I was gone for more than one day.
Tell me, the whole time she's been here, she has just been into everything. Tell me why she has been sending King Kong.
She's lying.
Emails from my telephone. She's been
lying.
Texting him.
What?
Telling him to get ready, baby. Well, if I had my phone, where's my phone? I don't even know what she's done with my phone. Did you let Jasmine take my phone home? No. I don't know. But she sends him this text. Let's get together. Let's have hot sex tonight.
That was a message she had recently wrote, and I sent it for her.
But I did not send the message. So apparently, I didn't expect for. Apparently, I did not expect for nobody for her to send this message. So she sends him the message, and I go in the room. He's slightly laid up, like yeah. You know, I don't like doing them things too often. You know, I like doing it one time a month.
First of the month.
First of the month, right after rent's paid. We can do it then. And so when he was sitting up there all no shirt on and stuff, thinking I'm coming in there all sweet on him, and she sent this boy a messed up text. Had got him all excited. Now you know y'all my body's big, my back and stuff is bad. So sister girl can't be doing all that all the time. So, but anyway. This whole time where this child is here, honey, she has been just sucking up all my space, honey. She's been hopping in the bed. She's taking up all the room. She's playing on my telephone. Why she's calling random guys on my phone?
I did not call random
She's
guys.
calling random
The guy
people
was texting her.
on my phone.
She had been ignoring him, so I made her talk to him. That's not calling random people.
That's calling random people.
If he got a name saved in her phone, and she don't really know his real name, she found that out the other day.
It doesn't matter. You know how you have miscellaneous numbers in your phone? She comes over and she gets to going through my phone and my text messages and answering and replying. Anyway, so you know.
I helped her out.
I don't know how much time I got before I lose my mind with Shaniqua here for the weekend.
Not gonna lose your mind.
I will lose my mind. So anyway, so she's been here and she's been living quite well. Been living quite good. She's been laying on my good pillows. Yes, My dog pillows, I've told y'all about that. I went and bought them dog
She
beds.
gave it to me. Of course, I'm going to
They
lay
are
on it. It's
so
nice and
comfortable.
It is.
They made out of nut buck. And they chew resistant. You know, so just in case somebody get to chewing on the edge of it, you ain't gonna tear it up. You know, so she's been just laying up and sucking up all the air and the heat, you know, and laying up all hard on my pillows and just laying up all on my new furniture and stuff. I think it's about time. And she ain't even cooking. But anyway, I didn't come on her just to complain about the things that the baby has done. If it wasn't for her, y'all would have never been able to get that derby show that took forever for us to get up. So we have her to thank.
I can't believe you.
What?
You say some shit like that to me.
I love you. That's all that matters. Anyway, y'all, this hot. This hair is so hot. I don't think I'm going to make it to Miami with this hair. It's making my forehead itch, and this was a bad idea. But we're going to get into some questions and that some of y'all has sent out about relationships. And one of the first questions that we have was if you're in a relationship with someone and they have a cell phone, is it cool or not cool to lock your phone? Now, I slightly feel like if your phone is locked and I can't just go to your phone and use your phone, I slightly feel like you may have something to hide.
It means you insecure.
It means I'm insecure, but I want to just use the phone.
Okay, if you just want to use the phone, ask.
Well, I will use the phone.
If
but
you ask,
if y'all got a lock on it, then I feel like you're trying to lock me out of something.
Ain't for you. It's not for you.
So if it's in a relationship,
maybe if somebody, you got to think. People think if you put a lock on their phone, somebody steal it. They can't get in it.
Well, then I feel like if you're in a relationship, then y'all need to give each other the codes because I want to be able to pick up King Kong's phone and use it whenever I want to. That's how I feel. And I think that's the way with it. He got some scribble. He don't even have a code. He just scribbles it. I don't understand. Well, he got some kind of pattern lock on it. His paws can dial up. So I don't know. But I always feel like that if you are in a relationship, y'all have nothing to hide. And if you don't have nothing to hide, my phone ain't locked. I don't got no special lock. You can just pick up my phone and answer it and go on with it. You know?
It's because you don't care. It's the difference between you and somebody else. You don't care?
I do care.
She doesn't care.
But I pay my own bill, so really.
Right. She doesn't care. Who calls her phone, she'll talk to him in front of him.
So I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. So I guess to answer that question, if you have nothing to hide, then give him the phone. If you don't have nothing to hide. Now, the other question is that Sugar has wrote in. She wanted to know, why does men always seem to mess up a good thing?
With a good woman.
With a good woman. Well,
you know my opinion?
What's your opinion?
On that, why do men mess up a good thing with a good woman? I would say men are stubborn. Sometimes they feel like if something's too good, they feel like they feel like if they mess it up before she mess it up, it's nothing wrong with it. But it is, and then they regret it. You know what I'm saying? So most times they're not doing it intentionally. Things you gotta, if you don't put yourself in a position, most men don't feel that a relationship should always be perfect. That's why they do little shit to make you mad.
Okay, so basically she says it's because they like to just irritate us and they do things.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not
well,
what
that's
I'm
what
saying.
I'm getting out of it. Ain't
okay,
y'all getting about it?
That's not what I'm saying, Pastor.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think the answer is.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Men don't do it like that.
Okay.
They just don't understand the real meaning of a good woman till they mess up.
And you know what? She is so true on a lot of them verbs. Very, very true. Because it's almost like if you always got cold water laying around the house, and you can always quench your thirst. But the moment you don't have no cold water and the sun get to beaming on that forehead as hot as it gets, you tend to appreciate that water a little bit more. So I guess it's what it is. I guess most guys are They with trial and error. They have too much of a good thing, they begin to take
Right.
advantage of it. So
It's not. It's I
you
don't
don't think they
agree.
take
I don't
advantage of
agree.
it?
I
I
don't
think
agree.
sometimes if they have too much of a good thing, they just might, lose sight. They start taking
No,
it
that
for
sounds
granted.
better. That
You know,
sounds a little bit better.
they start taking it for granted. So
And if you
change
do
up the
less,
pace sometimes. But hold on, let me restart this oval right here, honey, because we know how to. So as I was saying, I think that if you kind of switch it up a little bit, they begin to appreciate what they got. For instance, if I always put gas in the minivan that we have, then he'll naturally think that I will continue on doing it and he'll take it for granted. So sometimes I burn all the gas out of it and I don't put no gas in there. And he'd be like, "You had the car all day, you should have put gas in it." But if I did put gas in it all the time, he would not appreciate it when I did. So sometimes I don't put gas in the minivan on
she's a jerk.
purpose.
It's what it is.
I'm not a jerk.
You are.
Because when I finally do put it in there, he's appreciated. Like, "Hey, you put gas in her today?" I'm like, "Yeah, baby sugar." And he's appreciative. He's happy with that. So basically what I'm saying is to keep a lot of diversity into the house, because it seems like men, once they get the same thing over and over again, like if I cook dinner every day, he's not going to appreciate it.
That's not true.
Well, in most men's cases, that is true.
That's only with you. That's because that's how you feel about it.
It's just the way it is.
No, it ain't.
That's why I don't cook every day. I cook every couple days. So therefore, he appreciates when I cook. And I mean, so therefore, I don't feel like I'm being taken for granted. So basically, all I'm saying to you after to give you your answer, why men seem to mess up a good thing sometimes. Sometimes they don't even realize they have a good thing until it's gone. So that is our answer for that question. And I hope that helped you out. Our other question is, what kind of relationship would you be in if you and your partner did not have a title? Some people don't like labels. Some people feel like we could be together and express our love for one another and not have a title.
I don't agree.
Well, she don't agree. Well, do you want to explain why you don't agree with being in a relationship without a title?
If you in a relationship without a title, that's basically just saying you have no boundaries, no limits that you would with a title. A lot of things come with a title. If you girlfriend and boyfriend, you can't go out, "Oh, I'm kicking it with so-and-so. You done kissed him." But it's a problem when I kiss somebody. It ain't how it works.
But you got to start somewhere.
But if you already started, come on now. If you already got some years in, you can't just go and say, "Oh, well, we're together without the title now." What type of shit is that? Like, so that's basically just saying.
As you see, this is hitting her close to home. She's feeling so personal about it.
It's basically just saying, shit, we might as well be friends with benefits. Shit, I'm going to just fuck you when I want to. You can fuck me when you want to. That's basically how I take it.
Okay. Well, and you know what? And to be honest with you, if I'm in a relationship, I do have to have some kind of title so I can know what position I play. Right. So, I mean,
without no title,
I don't have no position. So, if you don't have no titles, then I guess you're free to roam. Right. That's how I feel. If you don't say that we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, then don't get upset if I'm spending my time somewhere else, or if I'm eating lunch or dinner with somebody else. Don't get upset with
that. Don't even get mad if somebody texts me. For what? I ain't get mad if you text somebody.
No, you shouldn't be mad. You know why? Because there is no title. Y'all are just who y'all are. Y'all just a bunch of knuckleheads.
It ain't knuckleheads. I feel like it's friends with benefits. That's how I see it. If anybody say it to you, you friends with benefits. Yes. It ain't no limitations.
But you know what? I think friends with benefits is so hard to have a good relationship because it is. So many feelings are involved because if you in a relationship where y'all actually sexual and y'all considering yourself friends, the moment that you take your attention and put it to somebody else, the person who you was being sexual with, it's gonna feel jealous.
Okay, so let me ask you this though. How can you be friends with benefits with somebody that you was already with? How can you just suddenly just be like, "Oh, that's my friend," when you know you feel so much more?
But if y'all both don't have the same feeling,
it's understandable for each person to feel a different way.
Yeah,
Because if
that's
they
true.
don't,
But see,
then
you have to
something's
look at
wrong.
it. Shaniqua, you have to look at it on both sides. You got one person that don't want titles. You got one person that do want titles. If y'all can't find a medium to meet up at, y'all never gonna be able to see eye to eye.
My thing,
So
but it's
at least start off with a good, strong. At least start off to a good, strong friendship. And if you want to make it more, then y'all gotta make sure that you and your partner is more comfortable with making it more, so y'all can put more boundaries and find out what is this relationship with no titles comes with. You know, because
Right.
since there's no title, we need to know the rules and the regulations.
I mean,
if
I
they
feel
giving
like
you that option, do they need to tell you the rules and regulations
I
in
feel like mine.
the no
I
title?
feel like if it's no title, it's nothing. Period. I'm not gonna
So
start
did you
something that I've
explain
never
that to
done.
that person?
Yeah.
And what did they say?
And I mean, they feel that I'm taking it the wrong way. I can't. I mean, that's just me. I'm not gonna start something that I've never done.
So you need to know what this no entitlement relationship comes with.
Man,
so basically, if you in that kind of a relationship with no titles,
it's basically coming with things you can't say.
You don't know what it comes with until you sit down and come into a medium. You got one person on one hand that wants to be in a relationship, and then you got the other person on the other hand that doesn't really want to be in a relationship, but they want the benefits of a relationship. So if y'all have an untitled,
like saying they want their cake and eat it too. I don't
basically it is like saying that. But if you're gonna have an untitled relationship, then you need to figure out what boundaries comes with the untitled relationship. Does that mean that we now have sister wives, brother husbands? Let me know, because I need to know, because the world is full with labels.
Right.
If it wasn't for labels, how are we gonna tell the difference between jam and jelly?
Thank you.
So they both look so similar, but one's jam, the other one's jelly.
Okay.
So I just wanted to touch bases on that, because a lot of you teenagers out there are going through them things, but I feel like you have nothing but time on your hands. And the one thing that you can do is make your relationship as the friendship or whatever, the unlabeled, untitled relationship you have. You can just fill it up with a lot of good times and good memories, and eventually it's gonna go in a direction. Okay? It's gonna go in a good direction.
Understand.
But you got to give that person that room to want to do that. But you also need to find out what qualifies as, if for the fact that you're not being in the entitlement,
right.
With no type of relationship title, you need to find out what comes with that. And then find out what is not acceptable.
What?
I mean, you need to find out what's not acceptable in an untitled relationship.
I feel like
because apparently y'all in some kind of something.
How?
I mean, if she has this much of opinion, then I feel like y'all untitled relationship means something. So it got to come with some type of rules and regulations.
I don't know. Because it can't be a 50-50 thing if the rules just apply to me.
That's right. That's why I said y'all need to come to a medium, to agreement, to figure out what these things are. I know titles is not what's really important, but what's in the relationship between y'all two is what really is important.
So,
okay. But I want people to know King Kong is my man. And him come telling me something like, I don't want no title, we just gonna be together. I wouldn't be able to stay in a relationship like that. Because I want you to know you mad.
With that being said, if I agree to the relationship with no title, and we go along with whatever it is, because I'm not even for sure what the fuck it is. I'm really not for sure what it is. I've been trying to figure it out for 3 days now. So if I agree to this,
it's hot.
And then things go good, and I'm not gonna say neither me nor her, but if one of us mess with somebody else or do something else, how can you get mad? We technically not in a relationship at all.
Well, there's no title. I guess y'all are like what we used to call back in the day talking. Where y'all not going together, but y'all kind of going together, like y'all talking, and we slightly don't want nobody else to be talking to you while we talking. And if you are going to go outside of that equation, then it almost like it messes up the rules of engagement. So,
how can it mess up anything?
My baby's crying.
Oh,
you look just like your daddy. No, No, but seriously, honey, as I was saying, you're just gonna have to, like if you're gonna bring somebody else in the relationship, then what y'all fighting to get is never gonna be able to happen because you're not gonna leave each other enough room. Y'all bringing other people in this situation is now no longer you and her. It's you, her, and them. Whenever bring somebody else in y'all untitled relationship. That's why I said you need. That's why it's so important that you gotta communicate with your partner. What direction is she supposed to go in if you have no type of title? You don't know. And so you shouldn't cop attitude if she's having dinner with somebody else or if she's talking to somebody else or doing something else different. Right. I don't think you should cop attitude, be honest with you, because, y'all don't have no title. That means you open for anything.
I feel. Like I said, I can't get mad about nothing. I can't. Because we not together. If I get mad about something, then what's the point of even trying? My attitude was a big problem. It was. But I can't get mad about nothing if we not together. That's why I don't ask to go through the phone. I don't ask to do none of that. I don't even ask who you on the phone with.
Okay. And I understand you don't ask none of them things.
Maybe you should stop asking stuff like that. Maybe you and D would be great.
My relationship is just fine. We just had a baby.
He's ugly.
He looks like his daddy. So hopefully that answers your question. Y'all need to, if y'all gonna be in a relationship where y'all talking or if y'all don't have a title, you need to find out the rules and regulations in that particular relationship. If you gonna be able to see other people, because you don't want to hurt each other's feelings. Because there's an involuntary. You see my involuntary movement. The electricity is kind of up. My body hurts. So, as I was saying, just honey, sugars, babies. Don't be no fool. Don't accept somebody to tell you that they want all the benefits in a relationship, but they don't want to put a title on it. Right. Because when you're dealing with feelings and emotions, somebody can get hurt. Somebody can get hurt.
So do you feel that do you feel that two people could get back together and work on the relationship that way?
Mm-hmm. So you see what me and your Uncle King Kong been through.
I'm just like, I don't see why.
Time for a short break. Now, your question is, can you make it work after y'all broke up?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Hopefully y'all can hear me. It keeps telling me that y'all can't, so hopefully y'all can. But she was saying, in a relationship, if y'all break up, is there any hope if y'all get back together? Can y'all work on the relationship getting back together? Well, what I can tell you is, dealing in my experience, sometimes if you don't allow somebody to show you that they've learned from their mistakes, and if you don't take time out to let them show you that, you may miss that. And if you miss that, then you'll never think that person changed.
Right.
So, to me, the only way you're going to be able to show that is to be together. Because if y'all not together, how are you really going to show that you are changed? And that you're working on it. In a relationship, it takes two people. I've learned this on the last segment. It takes two people. Y'all have to have relations in order to have a relationship. So y'all need to do more things together with this untitled relationship that you guys are in. You need to basically, first and foremost, figure out what this untitled relationship comes with. And if y'all want to work on this relationship for y'all to be together, then she must allow you, or you must allow her to be able to be with you, to show you that. Because if you're busy doing something else, how is she going to be able to see that not a hunchy?
I will never be a hunchy.
Thank you. I'm glad you're not a hunchy.
I will never be like some of the people that are around me. They're hunchies. No names needed.
So, I don't want to do my boo like that. I love, she's not a hunchy. But what I am saying,
in less than a week.
Stop saying it.
I didn't say it.
But anyway,
came out of your mouth. That's what I'm gonna say.
Anyway,
I'm gonna tell him you made me say it.
I don't know. This child drives me crazy. But like I said, y'all need to be in the relationship in order for y'all to fix it. I think so. Now, if y'all want to separate and then try to fix it, then y'all need to make sure that y'all take time out in y'all separation for
I
each
don't think
other for
it's
you to
gonna
show.
work. You know, like that's what I've been trying to explain. Like, you know, let's fix it in a relationship. It'll be, you know, at least then we'll know we're together, and you know,
Yeah, because the first step was them
right,
recognizing what they did wrong.
right, and we both made mistakes.
Okay, and then you
for
want
me
to
to admit
redo
to
it
my
over.
mistakes, I'm just like you. You heard me.
Shit.
To admit to my mistakes.
When I'm
just
wrong,
like,
when I'm wrong, I say I say that I'm wrong when I'm wrong. But
she's lying.
If I'm wrong. But you in a relationship, well, an untitled relationship with no title. But you want to work on what y'all used to have.
Together, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And,
But
you know,
sometimes, you know what, Shaniqua, you can't force something if it don't fit. She got to be willing, or he got to be willing to go into this with you. When me and King Kong had our disagreement, I had to be willing to let him come into my life and show me that he can be the man that I need him to be. Right. But if he wasn't around me, honey, and he wouldn't have had that opportunity to show me the kind of man he is, because I would be too busy with other men. To be honest with you, I would be dating other people.
You would be something like a hunchy.
No, I'm not a hunchy. I know I don't like all influence. All that, and
you would be something like a hunchy.
No. How you gonna be something like a hunchy if you only do it once a month after rent's paid?
That's what we do. We don't know what you do with other men.
See, I guess this show is not going to be able to get aired because she's just taking it too far. There is no other man in my life.
Okay.
It isn't.
I got 3 uncles.
That has nothing to do with it. They was there before he was. 2 of them was there before he was. So what are you talking about? Anyway, I feel like you can have friends. There's nothing wrong with having friends. There's nothing wrong with being friends with any of your exes. Are you friends with any of your exes?
A few.
Do you think if you're in a relationship, you should stop talking to your exes?
Well, the person I was with felt that way. And you know, I even respected her enough to do that.
Well, look. I got too much love in my heart. If some relationships don't work, but they make better friends. And unless you actually try the relationship,
I got a friend like that. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless I've been unless I've actually tried the relationship, I can't say I like you better as a friend or in a relationship. So sometimes that happens. That your exes ends up being your friends, and you realize they was better friends than they was your partner, and that's how you ended up with extra uncles. It's not that there's, it's not like D has a brother husband. It ain't like we have a brother husband running around here. I have one love. It's King Kong so far.
I understand what you mean. Yeah. That's how I ended up with my ex-best friend.
So that's kind of what has happened. So hopefully I was able to answer some of your questions today and kind of let y'all know how I feel about relationships, titles, and boundaries. Sit down. Don't be afraid, to express your feelings. And another thing, I always say this to man. I would never ask you or anything out of you that I would not do for you myself.
Right.
So y'all keep that in mind when dealing with these relationships. You make sure don't ask somebody to do something like that you ain't gonna do yourself. Right. Because I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Okay. So until next time, don't forget to tell a friend, to tell their mama, tell their daddy, tell their brother, tell their cousin to subscribe to Life with Cousin Patches. Smooches, sugars. Mwah.